The destruction was so complete. The suffering was so biblical. The betrayal was so profound.
Black communities deserve the opportunity to confront the past.
Our city has been stuck since then. We've never recovered.
Tulsa was the best place in the nation for African Americans.
Next week marks 100 years since the Tulsa Race Massacre. On May 31st, 1921, an armed white mob attacked a prosperous black community known as Black Wall Street.
Hundreds of people were killed and 35 city blocks were burned to the ground. Now a new History Channel documentary takes a look at what became one of the worst episodes of racial violence in U.S. history. Director Stanley Nelson joins us now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This somewhat started with a newspaper story about an incident that happened in an elevator. Tell us what happened and how and why that created this story that most people outside of Tulsa aren't really that familiar with.
Well, nobody knows exactly what happened. An African-American young man was in the elevator. He bumped the white woman who was operating the elevator. She started screaming, he started running, and it turned into this incredible race massacre. So there was no real kind of reason for it in any way. There was a bunch of reasons. One of the main ones was jealousy of the white community, of this prosperous African-American community in Tulsa.
Talk about why this story has not developed as much over the years or has been as widespread as it should have been.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the story was wiped out systematically. The Tulsa newspapers, the white newspapers, didn't cover it at all, and they refused to report on it at all. It was not taught in schools, and I think that the inhabitants of Tulsa didn't talk about it. So it was not something that was known until a couple of years ago, I think, when it started really to leak out into the public consciousness.
Guys were in planes dropping some kind of makeshift bomb on these buildings, and the Tulsa Police Department was deputizing members of this mob. My question is, where was the federal government in all this? And I'm not even sure what or how they would have done anything, but has that been looked into?
Well, the federal government was not involved. Again, the Tulsa police were deputizing people. People were coming from surrounding towns. The next day, the mob surrounded the black community, and a whistle blew, and they attacked. You know, it happened very quickly. I don't think the federal government would have done anything if they could have. But again, you know, this was in 1921. Could the federal government have gotten there to Tulsa to prevent it? I don't really think so, and I don't think it was in the mindset of the federal government to intervene.
What was the long-term fallout in Tulsa? Did Black Wall Street ever recover?
No, Black Wall Street never recovered. You know, it's still struggling, still trying to recover. You know, we have to say that you know, nobody was ever paid any money out from insurance. Nobody was prosecuted. Actually, a bunch of the African Americans were chased down for inciting to riot. So there was no retribution or compensation for the millions of dollars that were lost in homes and businesses.
Unbelievable. It's Tulsa Burning, the 1921 Race Massacre. Premieres Sunday night at 7 on the History Channel. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.